Good evening, Vietnam. You guys get it? Because I said good morning last week. Yeah, whatever. I am a little bit without a voice, guys. So that'll obviously be a little bit hard, but of course I still want to do this. So let's get into it, right? We'll start with SPY, start with the overall market because it's just very interesting, right? So SPY, guys, if we get over 565, 67, which is obviously our previous high, right? All time, I might add. Really, honestly, for me, if we get over 565 period, guys, I think we're going to 580. I'm not saying this week, but this weekly chart came down perfectly to pattern, right? You see this? See the weekly pattern that we've been in for quite a long time, I might add. Perfectly to a T, hit my zero fib, stayed above the master fib sequence 786, this 509, right? I said back then, give me 510, give me 509, I'll buy the shit out of it. And we ripped absolute tits up, right? We're now above the 10 weekly, we're above the 20 weekly. This is looking a massive wick down, bought up off of this moving average, which is a custom moving average. Sorry, this one right here. This forest green is what I'll call it. And we're sitting above a massive weekly fair value gap. In very little universe, or in it would take a lot, I guess is what I'm saying, for me to feel like we're not going to hit 580. We go down to the daily. Beautiful. We obviously have to invalidate this double top, right? Because what could be forming right here, right? That we have to pay attention to. A really deep M, right? We need to pay attention to that. But this is, I mean, and guys, obviously, you know, I preach it over and over again. Play both sides, play both sides. You need to know your bias. You need to be aware of all of it. And we all know I lean bullish, right? We all know I lean bullish. I'm not going to lie about that. I don't ever try to act like it's anything but. But guys, if we get over 565, if we break this and invalidate this double top M, guys, we're going to 580. We're fucking going to 580. It's really just that simple. So we need to stay above this fair value gap here on the daily. Let me switch back to my little thing here. So I want us to stay above 550. Okay. As long as we're above 550, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. Plain and simple. Let's look at the cues. Similar story, but obviously because in the video, this didn't look as good, right, as SPY did. Stayed above its 382, massive fair value gap that we came into and got bought the fuck up. Obviously, as we can see, needs above the 10. So we need above 477. Really that simple. We have some big headwind here in the 480s that will get very interesting. Gap to fill at 490. So, and let's face it, the cues are going to move as this baddie moves. Decent day Friday. Decent day Friday after obviously a disappointing earnings day, right? Here's earnings day, guys. And it was ugly, right? Chop, chop, chop into the middle of the center trend line on the daily. Couldn't break it. Should have been our first clue, honestly, that there was going to be some trouble, some headwinds. Then just a pitiful candle, but still closed above the 20. And then 2 days in a row, we managed to close above this 20, which we really needed, right? We really needed to see that. Which, why does TradingView, I'm on the wrong fucking stock, sorry. I'm like, this doesn't look anything like the stock I'm thinking of. But anyways, so yeah, that's what this looks more like it. Same, that must have been some sort of underlying ETF of NVIDIA, because obviously super similar. Rejected the center trend line here in NVIDIA, lost the 10, but what did we do? We held the 20, closed over 119. We desperately need over 121.60. Obviously, day of earnings, guys, this just sucks. It honestly just sucks that we couldn't get above 125. Again, we desperately need back over 125, 126, and then we can make our way to 130. But when you think about it, we're really not that far away from where we were pre-earnings. So I couldn't be more unbothered. Right now, we're still making what? A higher low. So we'd have to go below, I said it on Friday, 111 for me to get really concerned about NVIDIA. So 111 hold, assuming we stay over that, I'll continue to add to January calls with a target of 140 and above. Plain and simple. Look at coin. This is very interesting because Bitcoin itself is obviously been weak. But this is putting down an interesting pattern, right? So clear W here. Question is this the bottom off this 618? If so, I predict 280, 290 off of this move, right? The big question obviously is, can Bitcoin get going? Can Bitcoin get up with it? If so, and I'll switch to the daily here, putting down a decent day here at the 786. I mean, this has really just been chopping, right? Like everybody's like, oh, Bitcoin's dead, but it really has been in the same spot since May. So I don't think it's dead. And when everybody thinks it's dead is when it's going to rip. So we get above 63. I think we can seriously rip. Bitcoin or coin needs above 200. Plain and simple, we need above this 200 fib, and we'll go see 220. Not looking to short this because I've never shorted it well. It's really that simple. Starbucks, obviously, huge move on earnings that we caught. Great. We have to hold this line in the sand, this 94.35. We continue to hold it, but obviously Friday and Thursday hate those candles. We need back above 97. Plain and simple. Not looking to short Starbucks either. Let's look at Rivian. Been adding shares, continue to add shares. I added more shares on Friday. If we get over 1450, I'll add more shares. You can see why, right? We've had a ton of struggle in this area. If we get back over that, I think we'll see 15. If we get over that, I think we'll see 1624 and then 1650. Short, simple, sweet. You guys know how I do these. Bearish target. If we lost these moving average clusters, so if we lost 13, or if we lost 1350 and then we lost 13, I'd be worried that we're going to see 12 and we fill this gap. Sorry, guys. Again, my voice, I've been losing it. Oops. Okay, Disney, plain, simple, short, and sweet. I'm looking to get in on long dated options on this again after Friday's candle. Beautiful, held above the 20 last week after we ripped into this. This is huge, right? This is why we sold off the way that we did. These fair value gaps on the daily are just ugly. We go to the weekly, beautiful candle last week, right? On the weekly, we need past 93. It's that simple, and we'll go see 95. So I'm looking to swing long on this bad boy. Okay, SoFi, another favorite for me for shares. Beautiful week last week, but what happened? Same fucking thing as always. We can't get past this fair value gap. On the weeklies at 830, need past that, and then my target's 10. I think this can see $10 before the end of the year. It's just shares for me on SoFi. I know somebody's going to ask. It's just shares. Look at Netflix. So beautiful. All-time highs here. I think we're going to 730. That's simple. We'll be an all-time high. No explanation needed. Let the fibs guide. Fibs and trend. And some algo-driven orders are going to take us to this 730. That's simple. That's my target on Netflix. Tesla. Put down a beauty of a weekly candle here. Hammer into a fair bullish imbalance here. But we need over 220. It's that simple. We need over 220. We'll see 223, over 223. We will find this 200 weekly moving average and the 618 fib at 240. Would not short Tesla right now, personally. Kava's been a favorite, so let's look at it. Created this massive bullish imbalance on the weekly. What happened? Where did we catch? Right there, right at this bullish imbalance, this 114. Let's shift down to the daily and get a better picture. Caught the 10-day moving average. We rejected the daily trend up here, okay? So it's really simple. If we stay over 111, my target would be 120. That's a $6 move on Kava. We'll take that all day long. Chipotle, very similar, right? Beautiful candle here. We all know they dip because of the Starbucks news, right? Their CEO ditched them, went to Starbucks. That's the time to buy when everybody hates it. Held above the 200, held above the 10, held above the 20, held above my custom moving average. This is starting to get really bullish. If we get above 57, we will see 60. Above 60, we will go test this downtrend at 62. Over that, you guys already know, right? I'm liking this a lot. You guys know I'm looking for leaps. Got to find it. Looking for leaps. Oops. I'm not doing snow. Fuck that. So we'll end it right there. I told you guys it would be a quick one because I'm losing my fucking voice. Okay, guys, let's rock and roll. We're going to have a sick week. Deuces. Oh, if you stayed this long and you actually listen, comment your favorite stock in the comments and drop a ticker for me in the Discord, and I will chart it for you.